to my channel. My name is Sarah and this is B.fleye Beauty, and today I have no makeup on. I have started decorating for Christmas and I forgot that we have not even done our haul. I do think that I might be picking up a few more things as the season goes along. I can tell you right now, I definitely need more tinsel. I did a lot of thrifting of things this year, which I really love. So let me show you what I got so far, and then if I'm vlogging at all or whatever, I might show you stuff that I've picked up, like I said, as the season goes along. But I was very intentional this year about how much I spent, what I brought into the home, and I realized I've gotten rid of quite a bit. So if you watched my inventory, I thought I only had 2 bins. I actually have 3, but the 3rd bin is all garland. So I really don't have a ton of Christmas. What's weird is I could tell because I could actually pick up the bins myself from a really tall spot and take them down a ladder, and I was like, okay, I could not do this for Halloween. There's a couple things that I'm not sure if I'm keeping long term. Like, am I gonna use it this season and then sell it? If you don't know, I'm a vintage reseller for like smaller decor pieces. But I had this really weird feeling just yesterday to go thrifting. I had just this gut feeling and I found some cool stuff. And then we'll talk about I'll give you some pictures of kind of what I'm planning this year. What I find really interesting is I'm more excited to decorate outside this year than inside, and I'm not feeling the pull to go overboard, which it is what it is. I'm not gonna push it, but for the theme I want to go that I want to do this year, I need to go overboard. So I might just do a light version of what I'm going to show you today, and then maybe next year I add on and continue to bring more in. This is one thing that I'm not sure if I'm going to sell or keep. It's just a vintage Christmas mug. It says Merry Christmas, but it's got, it's Japan, so that's how I know it's like true vintage. It's got this gorgeous little bow. Come on, man. Just focus for me. There we go. And bows are so in. Teddy bears too. But I'm not sure, again, if I'm going to keep this one. I'm probably going to keep it, at least for now. Maybe I resell next year. Not sure. Got this for $2.50. The thing about thrifting, and I've said this before, is that you have to go a lot to find the good stuff. And a lot doesn't mean 5 times a day. It could mean you're going the same time once a week or whatever. But you just have to go consistently, because sometimes it is a dud. Sometimes I don't find anything. But like yesterday, I had that gut feeling. I was like, you need to get out of the house. You need to go right now. And I found some really good stuff. This is a brass candle holder. This is probably going to be a gift. And I've thrifted a lot of gifts this year and I no longer feel bad about it, okay? It's not just the economy, it's, you know, sustainable, all the things. So I don't know like how vintage this is. This is a made in India brass candle holder piece, and I really love it because it's got these really cool detailed feet that are probably not going to, oh, there we go. It's just really gorgeous. Really gorgeous piece. So probably going to be a gift. Probably will not be using this. I like to use a lot of brass items in my decor. Like I collect brass candlesticks, and I talk about that a lot too, of how collecting some basics really help you round out any decor look, so you're not buying all the different colors of candlesticks for every season. You know what I mean? Like you could just use those brass throughout the whole year, or, you know, silver or clear, or whatever that vibe or look is for you. But anyway, that's definitely going to be a gift, I think. This was one of the coolest finds of the year for me, especially for holiday. This was $3, and I do believe it is, I mean, it could be anything. I'm gonna use it. It could be a tree skirt, but you would have to cut the center, and I don't want to cut this beautiful thing. It's a round tablecloth, basically. So I'll be using this in the vintage kitchen. So excited. And me and the lady talked about, I've been trying to like really take my time and not worry about like the rush when I'm out and about. Like, I'm really good at doing that at home, but in a store, when I'm, you know, out working and out in the world, I like to just get it done and like get through and get it done. And so I was kind of anxious because the lady was talking to me and there was a little bit of a line behind me at this thrift store. And then I was like, no, you need to take the time, have this lovely conversation with this lady. Anyway, so we just talked about how people don't appreciate things like this as much anymore, and how, you know, how much time and effort it takes to create something so beautiful, and that we could never do it ourselves. I am not a detail-oriented person, that is for sure. And I'm annoyed with the time it takes to do something like that, because you have to be so precise, and I am not a precise person. I'm a very messy person. I am a do not let perfection get in the way of the good or something like that. Like, good is good enough for me. Let's see. All right, I thrifted this guy, which I'm going to use this year. And this is the beauty of thrifting, is that when you thrift things that are really nice, you don't pay a lot of money for them. If you end up not wanting to use them long term, you can just resell them, or you can just redonate, right? Depends on how you want to live your life. But I'm a reseller, and I don't love red, which is funny because I'm like in Valentine pajamas, but I picked this up and I'm going to keep it this year. We'll see how I love it. I just love how whimsical and cute it is, and you can just put a little tea light in there, probably put it in the little entryway nook. I just think it's so cute. There were a few of them and I just picked up one. I believe he was like $3 or something like that. And granted, some of these thrift stores are out of their mind. Like, truly out of their mind. And so, you know, that is another reason why you have to go often, because you will find that there are some things that they price properly. But if you get really annoyed like I do and decide not to go back, then you're never going to find anything. But they do end up pricing things good in some ways. Like, it's funny, they'll put something from the dollar store for $20 and then something vintage and worth a lot of money for like 50 cents. So you just got to keep going. I got a couple of tinsel pieces at Dollar Tree. I got a silver and a gold. I'm probably going to go back and get more of that. That's what I meant about more tinsel, like filler. I think it's Walmart that has this huge pink fluffy one. It's like a deep magenta, and I can't stop thinking about it. So I do think I need to go get that. And that would be really good to like put around our front door. This is one of the coolest things ever. And I don't want to take apart a book, but I'm probably going to take apart a book, because this is not something I feel like I need to read. The 12 Days of Christmas, you know what I mean? It's literally a song. So, but look at this. Like, I want to put these pieces into frames and use them for artwork for Christmas. With a, like, very mid-century, very colorful. Like, what a cool book. Let me show you my favorite one. Look at it! Oh my God. Oh my God. Got this for 99 cents. And that's another tip too. You can take pieces of a book, you can take a hand towel, you can take, like, art doesn't have to be art, you know what I mean? This could be art too. So you have to kind of think out of the box too when you want to thrift and bargain. Like, this is something that I did not thrift and bargain, but hand towels are expensive now. So I got this pack came with 2 of these and then 1 green, and they were $13. Like, what the heck? So it's good to balance that out. But I do like to get 1 set of new hand towels every year, maybe a new blanket, maybe a new pillow, depending on what I already have. But those are the kind of things I like to invest in. And then as they get gross and dirty, I throw them under the sink and I use them for cleaning. But these are my new ones, and I'm very excited to have those. Another thing I thrifted for, I think 99 cents, was this felted wool fox ornament. So cute. The wool stuff, the faux stuff, furry wool felted pieces tend to be kind of expensive. And this is like something, it might have even been from World Market, was probably $9, right? So 99 cents, really good deal. I also thrifted some more florals, and that's something I talk about a lot. Like, you can never have enough florals. They can really be expensive and add up. So thrifting florals and faux plants is a really smart idea, especially starting at the beginning of the year. Just start picking up things as you go along. And then by the time the holiday hits, whatever holiday that is, you'll have so much more than you thought, and you will have spent so much less than you wanted to. Okay, I also thrifted this bunch of poinsettias, $3.99. Nothing special about these, but I'm gonna put these on the front porch. Faux plant, can't die, used every year, can't beat $3 for this. All right, thrifted this guy because it's got the pink and the red and the minty color. And again, it's a soft guy. This is just from probably Target, I think, something like that. It was $2, probably would have been $10. So, you know, $10 isn't extremely expensive, but if you can get it for $2, why not? You know what I mean? This is one other thing that I bought brand new, and this is a marble green Christmas tree from Walmart, and I don't even know how much this was because Walmart has started being little assholes and taking the price off so that you have to check it online, and then that way they can change it when they want to, and that's really freaking annoying, but that's the world we're in. So I picked that up right away because I knew it would go quickly. Any natural stone, things like that, where you're getting that at a lower price point, you just got to pick it up. You can always return it, keep your receipts, things like that. I don't wait on, and I do regret waiting when I do. So my new philosophy for the year is buy it, keep the receipt, just return it if you end up not wanting it. But some of these things got picked up very quickly, and Walmart had an incredible collection this year. They still do, and that's one of the pieces that I really wanted. Okay, I also thrifted 3 of these, and these are the full brass bottoms. They were $1 a piece, I believe. I got 3. 2 to go in the windows that face the front of the house, and then 1 to go into the kitchen window. I thrifted these little Santa hats, crocheted Santa hats. I have 3. And I can't find my other Santa hats that I got from Dollar Tree that I've been collecting, so we gotta find those. But these were like $1.50 a piece, something like that. Probably one of those is gonna go on Lucretia. I'm not really sure, but super cute. Love the handmade piece. We have another thrifted vase. I'm not sure I'm gonna use it, but I made this into a ghost for Halloween and just took off the pieces of the eyes, just the felt pieces. And it's just a milk glass piece, really pretty. Not sure 100% that I'm going to use it. But it's there if I need it. I have some thrifted lights, indoor, outdoor. They're the C9. Probably gonna put those inside the house this year. I went ahead and picked up 2 of the star lantern things from IKEA. They're the medium size, and I wanted to light one up on each side of the TV in front of the window, so we'll see how we do that. You usually put a light bulb in these, and I do have those. But I don't know, I might do fairy lights. I don't know. I saw one of my favorite YouTubers put fairy lights in here with a battery pack. I just don't know how it hangs, so we'll have to figure that out together. And then the last thing is I did end up getting a couple things from Target, and there were things that I wanted so badly, and I was like, nope, I'm not spending that amount of money on that. And then I started researching how to make it myself, and then when I went back to compare the colors of what I was gonna purchase, it was 40% off. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go buy it at this point because it would even out in the same amount of money. And that is this Merry Christmas tinsel fringe sign. And it's red, pink, and green. Look at it. Are you kidding me? I think I'm gonna put this above the TV, maybe above the kitchen sink, but it's, I think so. I got it for 12, maybe 12 or 13 instead of 20. And again, it doesn't matter where I source the stuff from. It would have ended up being around $10 to make it myself. So a few extra bucks, save the work. In this case, it was smarter to just buy the already done thing. And then I really love the Target duos where they hold hands. So it's like a waffle and some butter, or a mountain and some skis, like a snowy mountain and some skis. But I was gonna buy one of the holiday ones this year, and none of them were really singing to me. So I was like, okay, let me just pause for a second. You don't have to get it just to get it, but I'm obsessed with the wool felted stuff. So this guy was also on sale. So I just got this one because he was my favorite, even though he's not a duo, and he's got a little heft to his bottom, so he'll just stand there. I mean, what? Look at how cute he is. Ooh. Anyway, that's all I got. I would say 75% of that was thrifted, and I feel really proud of that. Like I said, I'm probably going to be picking up way more tinsel, way more like filler, like a lot more lights, maybe the tinsel, maybe the garland, whatever it is. I'm going to be probably buying some more of that, but it's going to be very similar to what I already have here. So let's talk about the planning very quickly. So I'll put up a couple pictures here, but I wanted to go full kitsch. Last year I did the very soft, woolly, brightly colored vintage vibe, but I didn't do any tinsel. And I am seeing like, again, I don't think I'm gonna be able to go full out Felicia on the tinsel like I want to this year, because it's just not in my heart to like get up and do it. But there are some DIYs I want to do. I just have to get the energy to make it happen. But I want to hang like the really long tinsel, like doorway pieces on the wall behind the TV, and then hang that Merry Christmas sign above it, and then do like just a simple, clear, like the clear glass, a lot of light and sparkle, and then the green garland, and then have the tinsel be the main background of that. And I really would love to have a ton of lanterns and paper chains and garlands, but I think I'm just gonna stick with adding the tinsel in those most important places, like around the door. I'm filling in the gaps where I don't have the green lush Real Touch garland, because I've added a lot. Probably the past 3 years, I've been adding a lot to my Real Touch because it can get expensive. And so what I'm going to do is just fill those gaps now with the tinsel, which is a little bit on the cheaper side. And again, I would love to go wall to wall tinsel. I would love to have like a ton of stars hanging from all of my lights and everything. But I think time wise, I'm just going to go more subtle. Though I am bringing in the kitsch, it's just going to be a little bit more subtle. So hopefully I've put some pictures here. You kind of get an idea of where we're going with the theme. And I think the biggest annoyance of this is just how many batteries you have to exchange in and out of all of these lights. And then I can't wait to show you the outside too. I think what we're gonna do this year is kind of how I did for Halloween, is just give you a tour of what I did, and I'm not gonna take you with me as I decorate, because I think I'm just gonna do a little bit at a time here and there, and I don't want the pressure of having to videotape as I do it. I'm just not feeling it like that this year. So I'll show you a tour of the whole home inside and out like I did for Halloween. When we're done decorating, let me know what was your favorite find of the year and what your theme is this year. I would love to talk in the comments where everybody's going. I know that the Ralph Lauren Christmas is super big this year. It's just not my style. It's just too traditional for me. It's beautiful. And honestly, it's very easy to do that on a budget as well. I mean, I found stuff at Pop Shelf. I found stuff at Dollar Tree. I found stuff at the thrift store. So it's not hard to do. You just have to be patient, and you have to take your time, and you have to really dig. And so I know not a lot of people are like that, but what is your theme for the year? What is your favorite thing that you purchased to add to your decor lot? And I think that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.